Magandang umaga. Mayad nga agahon. I'm doing this live stream 1 hour earlier than usual because of the time change in the United States. So from now on, I'll do my live streams at 8 a.m. here in the Philippines. Good morning, HD. What's up, HD? The temperature here right now, it's 25 degrees Celsius, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Actually cooler this morning because we have clouds. It's rainy weather here. Like today, we're forecasted 90% chance of rain. But so far, no rain, just a light sprinkle of rain when I took Leanna to school this morning. Hi, Jedi. Hey, hello. Kumusta, Olsen? And Aliyah, kumusta? I seen that you went to our apartment in Numancia. Oh, all right. That must be the apartment above the laundry place in Numancia. Thank you for coming online. Jumpy, hey Jumpy, good evening, Jumpy. Hey Robbie, my brother in Boal, Cebu. Hope you're having cooler weather there today, Robbie, because it's actually nice. After several days, we were in Boracay. It was hot during the day in Boracay, of course. It's kind of nice to wake up on days like this where it's light rain, cooler weather. All right. HD saying hello to Olsen and Jumpy. All right. Robert, good morning, Gino. How are you, my friend? I am doing good, Robert. I am doing good. We had spent some days in Boracay. We're back here at our house. Leanna, she had school today, so I had to drop her off at school. It's Friday here, so she's always excited to go to school on Friday because she got the weekend. So we'll end up doing something, I'm sure, this weekend. I know Ruben's back. My friend Ruben from Hawaii. He had gone to Angeles City. I took him to the airport last week. I think it was Tuesday last week, and then he came back this week. Ruben and I had breakfast yesterday. Awesome breakfast at the Argon Cafe, man. If you ever make it to Calibo, that's Ruben even said that's his favorite, best breakfast he's had here in Calibo, because he had what's called like an English breakfast. The restaurant called it the English breakfast. And it had like a breakfast sausage link, it had ham, it had bacon, hash brown, fried egg, and wheat toast. And then the chef, Ruben and I were like the first customer of the day when we ate breakfast yesterday. He made like a green salad with salsa topping. I mean, that's like extra. I normally don't see that on a breakfast, and it was delicious, his name is Chef Mel. Thank you, Chef Mel, for the awesome breakfast yesterday. We really enjoyed the breakfast at Cafe Argon in Old Busuang. It's near like St. Gabriel Hospital in St. Gabriel College in Old Busuang. You just got to Google it, but it's pretty new restaurant. I would say the restaurant's probably been around maybe a year or two, but great restaurant. Dazel and I have eaten there many times for lunch and dinner. But great breakfast if you're looking for a great breakfast in Calibo. Hey, Michael C. All right. Good morning to you, bro. What's happening? Hope all is well. Me and Rose are relaxing. All right. Thank you. Michael and Rose, my friends in Trece Martires here in the Philippines. Michael just bought a brand new Toyota Wigo, man. It's like, you're gonna love that car, Michael. He had to hold that giant key. Here in the Philippines, when you buy a car, they give you this giant key representing that you just purchased a new car and you take a picture with that giant key. I still have that picture when Dazel and I bought our Wigo. November of 2018 is when we bought our Wigo, and no problems at all in our cars. A great car. I love the mileage on the car. Nothing ever breaks. It's a Toyota, so it's like I've always had luck with having Toyota vehicles. Yeah, that. All right, Jenny. All right. So you're doing. You saw it as when I filmed that. It's a nice apartment. Loft bedroom, fully furnished. One bedroom apartment here in Numancia. I mean, that apartment's only not even a kilometer, less than a kilometer from our house. So it's like practically neighbors if you get that apartment. And I think they have another apartment right beside it that came open. So, people always ask me, they're looking for places to live, in Aklan. Good location if you decide. If you prefer like a quieter neighborhood, if you don't like the hustle and bustle of Calibo, because Calibo, even though Calibo's not a city, there's a lot of action going on in Calibo. A lot of tricycles. You got the Grand Gaisano Mall now. A lot of people go to that Grand Gaisano. So if you prefer like a quiet living, like I do, like our community here in Camellia, Aklan, that apartment, if you prefer like a suburb kind of feel where you can still walk your dog outside, you're not gonna run into any stray dogs, or you're not gonna, they don't allow like they'll allow like the public transportation, the tricycle to take you home here, but they're not allowed to roam here. The security guard will always, like if you're coming from Calibo, you ride a tricycle to our subdivision, our security guard will actually get your ID and the tricycle will take the passenger to their house but leave the subdivision. There's no tricycles riding around here searching for passengers, because in Calibo, that's what, man, Calibo just got hundreds of tricycles, which is kind of nice. I mean, Ruben likes it. He mentioned to me because it's easy to get around Calibo because there's tricycles everywhere. And the fare for the tricycles is like 15 pesos or a quarter to ride the tricycle. So if you don't need a vehicle if you live in Calibo because of that many tricycles. When I lived there, I lived in Calibo 2012 to 2016. The 2 years, 2012 to 2014, I didn't even have a car. I only had my mountain bike. And then Dazzle and I would ride the tricycles. Going to school, I would walk to school. You really don't need a vehicle if you live in Calibo because of the amount of tricycles. And then when you travel, if you want to go to Boracay, you want to go to Iloilo, to Roxas City, they have buses, they have vans. So, all right, somebody gave $10. Thank you very much for the super thanks. I'll have to look down late. It says R, so I have to figure out who. All right, okay, let me see. I don't want to miss anybody here. I'll have to go a little faster on. Robert, got your WhatsApp notification. All right, Robert. I'm glad you got my. People always contact me. I was just talking to Ruben yesterday. I'm getting from my WhatsApp, my email, my messenger. I'm getting like requests from people almost every day, and I always accept. I always respond. So no worries if you message me. I'll always, I'll make sure I respond to people. Do you know? Yes, Jenny. I know Raymond. Raymond's my neighbor now here at Camellia, man. We hang out. Raymond and I hang out all the time now. We went to Roxas City together. We went to Boracay together. Raymond and Catherine, his wife Catherine. Tanya, hello from Winnipeg, Canada. All right, Winnipeg, Canada. I have a lot of friends now in Canada that's contacted me in our channel that I communicate with. I'm learning more and more about Canada, like the different areas, like Ontario, yeah, like now Winnipeg. I always like after the live stream, I always check on the map where these places are, so I can figure out who I'm talking to and where they're coming from. Hey, Kip, my good friend in Tucson, Arizona. All right, man. Thanks for coming online, Kip. Oh, you're listening to this. I had messaged Kip earlier. He said this will be his drive home, so he's gonna be listening to the live stream. Do you know who's okay? Yes, I did. I answered that. All right. Okay. Robert, Annalyn, and I have to get over to meet you for sure, Robert, for sure. I can't wait for that, man. You know, it's like we've been communicating now for a while, so it's like I'm excited when that time comes when I meet Annalyn and also hang out. All right, hello, Jacksonville, Florida. My good friend Daniel from Jacksonville, Florida. All right. Caucasian. I'm getting hungry. Ah, you're getting hungry? All right. Near to my school. Near to Starglow. My school is Starglow. I'm not familiar with that school, that Starglow. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look that. So it's Robert that gave me the super thanks. It looks like appreciate it, Robert. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, my brother. Because here I can only it's on my I'm doing the live stream on my phone because I went to Calibo Cable again this week, and supposedly they're gonna come today. So you know how that is when they say the cable company is gonna come today. It could be like right now, but it could be 4 p.m. later. So hopefully, I had talked to the lady yesterday when Ruben and I, after our breakfast, we stopped by Calibo Cable, and she was saying something. They had to repair something with my connection. So it is my internet connection, but I'm able to do the live stream on my phone. I guess it just doesn't require as much Mbps, but again, when I check, I'm only getting 50 Mbps on my internet, and I'm paying for 100 Mbps. So hopefully they'll fix it today finally. I'm gonna be waiting all day for the cable guy to fix it, and I'm sure you guys know how that is with the cable guy. They just like they show up and they show up. They'll repair it when they repair it. You know, it's like hopefully it's today. Hopefully it's today. I knew knowing the famous Gina would get you get you VIP treatment. I don't know about VIP treatment. I don't get VIP treatment, Jumpy. Thank you, HD, for deleting that comment. Appreciate that, my brother. Hey, Cam, there's my good friend Ruben. Hey, Ruben. I was just mentioning Ruben our breakfast yesterday. How awesome our breakfast was. I'm still I definitely want to go back there again for breakfast. Maybe before you head back to San Diego for your 1 month in San Diego. That was a good breakfast. Zay's place. Hi, man. What's up, Gino? Hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Really had fun with Dazel when we were in Boracay Island. You know, so we spent 4 days in Boracay Island. It was just us, so it was kind of a mini getaway for Dazel and I. Dazel and Leanna's mom stayed with Leanna, and Dazzle and Leanna's mom, she's still here. She's more likely gonna be staying with us, you know, for a while. You know, I've always told her she can stay with us. You know, it's like an open invitation. I mean, she can stay as long as she wants in our house. All right. Hi. How are? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Same thing. Same thing. Good. In Tigayon. All right. All right. It's in Tigayon. I'll have to look it up. That star glow in Tigayon. I'll have to We have apartment in Tagayon. All right, if you have an apartment, maybe contact me. It's like if you're interested on renting, I can film your apartment. People are always asking me, especially for furnished apartments. That's what a lot of the expats that come to Aklan, come to Calibo, here in our area in Numancia, more and more are coming here. They're always asking for furnished because they don't want to buy a refrigerator, they don't want to buy a stove, they don't want to accumulate stuff. And I can't blame him. I always recommend that to people too. Before you start buying all that stuff, make sure you like the area where you're going, because it's hard to move once you get all that stuff. So that's always what, if you got like a furnished apartment, I'll be happy to film that, because that is what our viewers are wanting to see. All right. Jaylene, yes, that was a cute apartment you showed. Not far, exactly, man. It's like a nice, perfect apartment for like a single guy or even a couple. It's like a perfect apartment. My friend Ray and his wife Catherine and their dog Coco, they stayed in that apartment for a few months. 90% sure I'll get a Toyota truck when I do buy an auto. Oh yeah, they're popular here, man. Those Toyota Hilux truck. I mean, they're nice, man. They're nice. I mean, they're very popular here. We have a Toyota dealership here in Numancia, and I see even here in our community here, a lot of people own that Toyota Hilux. I can't blame you, brother. That's a nice vehicle. All right, Robert. There you go. I see it's Robert, my friend in Mississippi. This will help you in the family with a good meal. Oh, thank you, Robert. We will definitely put it to good use, because Dazel and Leanna, you know how much they like to go eat out, like a McDonald's, a Jollibee, Mang Inasal, Pares, Halo Halo. It's like we're always going out to eat. Appreciate it, my brother. Do they have as many jeepneys as they have tricycles? Or they have jeepneys here in Calibo, but not as much as tricycles. Man, the ratio's gotta be at least 20 to 1. One jeepney to 20 tricycles, at least. I mean, the jeepneys only will take you from Calibo, like if you want to get to a different town, like from Calibo to like New Washington, or Calibo to Banga Aklan, or Calibo to Makato. So there's not like jeepneys that roam around Calibo. It's all tricycles. It's all tricycles in Calibo. So the jeepneys basically will transport you from one town to another. But man, I mean, it's like an incredible amount of tricycles in Calibo. You will never have a problem finding a tricycle in Calibo. I mean, it's like the tricycle drivers, they're practically like racing to get customers. There's so many of them. All right, HD says thanks. All right, brother. All right, brother. Yep, Robert. I knew you were my friend in Mississippi, Gulfport, Mississippi. Robert and I, we chat all the time. He always messaged me on WhatsApp, different questions. He's concerned about medical care here in the Philippines. As of course, that's and he's military like me. He's got so he's got TRICARE when he comes here. So, but more than happy to explain how TRICARE works here, the medical system here. And I have a lot of medical background. It's like 20 years medical background in the military, and then another 7 in the civilian world in Tucson, Arizona. So I'm very familiar with medical terminology, equipment that you need, like concerns that you have for medical. So I'm able to assist that. If you have medical concerns here in the Philippines. Ray, taking a break to watch your live stream. It's still sunny here in the West Coast at, oh, nice, 5 p.m. Sunny, sunny. Over here, Ray, it's cloudy. There's even light rain today, and that's not normal here for us. March already, we're like almost at the end of March. That is not normal for us to get light rain, but because it's been like since the beginning of March, it seems like all sunshine. You saw like when we were in Boracay, we was like hot in Boracay during the day, but so probably just like a change today, but tomorrow I'm sure we'll be back to being sunny. I was in Panglao. All right, all right. I love Panglao, man. Panglao is like one of my favorite. Next to Boracay, Panglao is probably my next favorite place here in the Philippines. Dazel and I, we just loved our time when we went to Panglao, Bohol. We're charging me at least 100 for the ride, even if it's less than. Well, that's the thing, Tanya. When you go to those tourist destination, that's the way it is. Same thing in Boracay. Boracay is the same. Like here in Calibo, I will get charged 15 pesos, and sometimes if it's me and Dazzle, so that's 30. I usually will give the guy 50, just to tip him, because like. I know it, it's hard work being tricycle. But when we go to Boracay, that's another story. When you ride in Boracay, if you're riding the e-trike or the multi-cab with other people, like it's like the locals ride, it's 30 pesos per person. So that's already double what we pay here in Calibo. But if you want a private e-trike ride, like if like let's say there's four of you and you want the whole e-trike to yourselves, you have to pay a minimum of like 150 pesos and sometimes 200 pesos. But again, Boracay and Panglao, they're tourist destinations. So you can expect that, and everything in Boracay, people around here, actually, they have a nickname for Boracay Island here in Aklan. They call it Magastos Island because everything is like more expensive in Boracay. And if you figure it's one of the premier tourist destinations here in the Philippines, so that's why. That's the reason. Like, you'll pay almost double for most of your meals, unless you eat at like Mang Inasal or Jollibee, the franchise one. But for regular restaurants, what you would get the food here in Calibo, you would pay double in Boracay. That's just the way it is because, it's a tourist destination. They got to ship all that stuff to Boracay. So it just costs more. Everything costs more in Boracay Island. They call it Magastos Island. It seemed the tricycle drivers were ripping me off. Well, Tanya, I don't know if they're ripping you off. The thing with the tricycles in Boracay, and this I know because Dazzle's mom used to own tricycles in Boracay. The reason that they have to charge you more is the franchise. It's called a franchise. You can't just buy a tricycle and just start taking passengers in Boracay. The local government, the Malay government, they have this franchise. You got to purchase this franchise in Boracay Island to have the right to have an e-trike even or a multi-cab, and they cost money. Those franchises in Boracay, they're not cheap. Even the Parao sailboats, they have to buy a franchise. They have to pay Malay tourism or Malay LGU. So that's what jacks up the price. It's the local government is charging people to run a business in Boracay. And if you can imagine like a restaurant or, on Front Beach, their monthly rent for a tiny space on Front Beach, it's like 100,000 pesos and over, So that's why the prices are higher in Boracay because the rent, the business permits, all that stuff is franchises, all that stuff is more expensive in Boracay Island. But I understand, Tanya, that you're not alone sometimes, Me, I've been here now 14 years, so I know how to, deal with that, taxis. And, you do feel like I get that feeling when I go to like a major city. Like if I go to Cebu City or Manila, that's where I feel that they're trying to rip you off with like a higher bill on the public transportation, like a taxi or something like that. That's why I always tell people use Grab. Grab is a lot better than using a regular taxi. Antonio, hey, all right. Ivan in Canada. What's up? What's up, man? Glad you made it. Glad you made it on the live stream. Sydney, hi Gino. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you for asking, my friend. Robert, we will still want to check out Iloilo City. I like what I see on videos. Oh, definitely, man. I always tell people, in my opinion, Iloilo City is the best city in the Philippines. I don't think you can find a better city for me anyway. If I had to pick a city to live in the Philippines, Iloilo City would be my choice because it's bicycle friendly. You can ride your bike in Iloilo City safely. It's like they have designated barricaded for bikes only. The bikes, you don't have to ride with the cars in Iloilo City. Big sidewalks, when I film videos there, I'm walking around big sidewalks. It's like a very well planned city, Iloilo City. And then Iloilo City here in our Western Visayas, not just Panay Island, but also the whole entire Western Visayas, including Negros Island, Bacolod, Dumaguete, and here. Iloilo City is the medical hub. You get the best hospitals in Iloilo City. I mean, they do like heart surgery and stuff like that in Iloilo City. So if you're concerned, if medical is a concern, that would be my recommendation too. It's like Iloilo City. Kip, all right. I see Dazel having to go get Liana while you wait for the cable guy. Yeah, maybe if it gets that far, and now it's raining. So that might delay my cable guy more. But no, I can pick up Liana, Kip, because Dazzle's mom is living with us now. So it's like, which is great for us. It's like Liana, Dazzle, and their mom. They're always having fun here, watching K-drama. I always like when I come down the stairs, I always hear them giggling and laughing. And it brings a smile to my face because I know they're just happy. They're happy that they're all together. Are there any other camellia homes in your neck of the woods? No. In Aklan province, there's only one camellia. This is Camellia Aklan. The other one will be in Iloilo. Iloilo has Camellia Savannah, and it's kind of like a suburb of Iloilo City. You're within 15 minutes from Camellia Savannah to like Mandurriao area. Actually, we checked that out before we purchased here at Camellia Aklan. Dazzle and I were thinking of Iloilo City because I was getting up in age and I was thinking medical and all that, but we decided on Camellia Aklan because we're close to Dazzle's family. They only live in Katiklan, and it's like an hour and 15-minute drive to Dazzle's mom's house, the sister's house, the brother's house. So we're with family here. That's why we chose to be at Camellia Aklan, close to Dazzle's family and my family now. I lived there just before I joined the army during the first Gulf War. All right, all right. That's Daniel. Daniel communicating with Robert. All right. Annalyn has us outside of Tucson in Vail. Oh, I know Vail, Robert. I used to, I'm a cyclist. I rode all over Tucson and all over Arizona. It's like on my road bike. And I've rode my bicycle before in Vail. Nice area, Tucson. I've been living in Gulfport for 7 years, originally from Dallas. All right, all right. Yeah, Robert is we both were assigned at Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana. That's how we first connected. We start talking about, our assignments at Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana. Thanks for explaining, Gino. All right, Tanya, I'm glad. I'm glad. Um, do tricycles park in front of Camellia Aklan on a regular basis? It would be very. Yes, actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, Jumpy. Early in the morning, usually 7 to 8 a.m., they're lined up right there because that's when kids in our neighborhood in Camellia, they're right outside the sign that says Camellia Aklan right there on the on the main road there. They're parked right there because there's many kids in our community here that go to Calibo for their school. So that's how they catch a ride to take them to school in Calibo. Of course, they charge a little bit more because of the distance. You're going from Numancia to Calibo. It's not just inside Calibo. Dazel has told me she's paid between 30 pesos to 50 pesos to take you to Calibo. So just depending on the driver, the tricycle driver that you get. And then during the day, that road is kind of like a main road now. There's always tricycles there. If you want to catch a tricycles from our community, you won't have a problem. You can just stand there and somebody will come get you. Jay, hi Gino. Hey Jay, hello, hello. Hey Gino, looks like you do a lot of traveling around your area. How do you think Roxas City compares to Numancia? All right. Would you consider moving to Roxas if you were just starting up? Oh, I forgot to mention Roxas City also has a camellia. I was just thinking Iloilo because that's where Dazzle and I considered buying. At the time before we bought a camellia. Roxas City. To me, if I had a choice, if I was new here, what I know now compared to Ilo City and Roxas City, and those two cities are only like 2 hours apart. Roxas City is like 2 hours away from us here, and then Iloilo is like 4 hours. Roxas is kind of like in between. What I know now between the two cities, hands down, I would select Iloilo City. Roxas City to me, it's nice, but it's a little bit older. It's like I know they have projects to build. I think they're building like new condominiums. But if you ride around like their downtown area by Robinson's Mall, going to the beach, it's a little bit older for It's like it's not as modern as Iloilo City. More traffic actually, which is surprising because there's less people living in Roxas City. But if you're there's just a lot more congestion. The city of Roxas, like by Robinsons, if you're going to like SM Roxas, it's just not well planned, I think, compared to Iloilo City. Just more congestion, the tricycles, I prefer Iloilo City. If I had to choose, if I was new here in Panay Island, I would select. The one thing nice in Roxas City is you have a beach. You have a beach like bye. Whereas in Iloilo City, you would travel a little bit more, like 30 minutes to 45 minutes to go to a beach. Whereas bye beach is right there in Roxas City from. Like the Roxas, SM Roxas, bye beach is only 5 minutes. That's about the only plus I would say, like that I like about Roxas City. But a little older city, like a little bit more rundown for me. I prefer Iloilo City. Asking because we are considering retiring in Roxas City. All right. I mean, a lot of expats retire at Roxas City. I mean, Mike, that Philippines life, that's where he's got a place, the Canadian Beaver on the Bye Beach. I mean, there's plenty of expats there. Actually, it seems like there's more expats there than here in Calibo. It's like when I'm there, maybe because I go to the Canadian Beaver and I see a lot more expats. Because here in Calibo, we don't really see a lot of expats. There's really no hangout, for expat. There's one like a burger shop that expats hang out like in the sunset time. But I see a lot more expats when I'm in Roxas City. Eileen, hey Eileen, oh, I'm watching grandkids near Sacramento this week. All right. They want to visit Boracay again soon. All right, all right. I can't blame them. Can't blame them, Eileen. Boracay is just so much fun. HD, the tricycles have a specific location where they gather before going to their destination. The one in Numancia is on the corner of F. Carrillo and Aklan West Road. Yeah, yeah. On the main road, like by what HD is saying, in front, I see them in front of like the Numancia Sports Complex. We have like a covered basketball court across our plaza where they have the Arriba Numancia Plaza. There's always a line of tricycles there. But like I said, like outside Camellia now, because the tricycle drivers, they know where the passengers are. And our community is just like expanding so fast now. There's more and more people living in our community. As a matter of fact, the 7-Eleven, any day now, the 7-Eleven is totally, completely done. It's just a matter of stocking it because like I peeked in there the other day, everything's done. It's all set up. It just needs like the material to sell, the goods, the 7-Eleven goods. So they said it was going to open in March, but I guess March is still here. It's not over. So maybe they'll do like the 31st of March, But any day now, that 7-Eleven. And that's right outside Camellia. That's from the sign. You can like we can just walk from our house. We can just walk to the 7. And that's a big deal for us here in Numancia because we don't have a lot. We don't have Jollibee here. We don't have McDonald's. There's really no fast food place here. 7-Eleven will be it. We have a small 7-Eleven near the public market, but now this 7-Eleven is going to be a decent sized one. This one's going to be a big 7-Eleven. You can actually hang out on this one. They'll have like benches and tables where you can have your coffee, drink beer in the afternoon, So this is going to be cool, when the 7-Eleven opens. That'll be our hangout because we have a little group now here in Camellia Aklan. As a matter of fact, this past week, Frank from Canada, he cooked us an awesome Indian food that he prepared for us. Biryani rice. He prepared. Oh, there's Dazel's mom climbing up the stairs. He made us biryani rice, buttered chicken. He made an Indian salad. I mean, it was just a awesome meal, and it was me, Frank, and Lorna, Ray from Las Vegas, and his wife Catherine, and then Glenn and Rose, and then Carl from Phoenix, Carl and Lisa. So we're having a nice group now here at Camellia Aklan, and I'm expecting more to move in here because most of them moved here because of our channel. They inquired, they asked me like, how is it here, and then they decided to live here. So now we're neighbors. We're neighbors here at Camellia Aklan. All right, even Steven. All right, I like your handle, man. I remember you. All right. Hello, Jumpy. Thanks, HD. All right, Jumpy. Heads up, Gino. The Beaver Ross is now serving seafood. Oh yeah, I saw that. I actually saw that he's serving seafood now at the Beaver. Yes, I'm definitely concerned about medical, even though me and a wife are in good health. I'm 67 and things are going to happen as the body ages. I'm very inquisitive person. Hey, that's all right, man, Robert. I'm always here, brother. Any questions you have, I'll be more than happy to explain how it works here. As a matter of fact, my friend Nefty, he was gonna try Kalibo. Nefty is from Houston. He's here with his girlfriend. He found a furnished apartment from our video. La Casa Española is where Nefty and his girlfriend are staying. And he was only going to stay here a month, but he liked it. So now he extended another month. So, and I was just, Dazzle and I, we had lunch with him this past week. And Nefty was just saying he really liked it here and he might stay, So, he's gonna check out the Asia Pacific Medical Center, the new, brand new, about a year and a half now, hospital in Calibo. Very nice hospital. I mean, that hospital's got all the specialties, 8 floors. It's a big medical center, emergency room. They got a legit emergency room there at the Asia Pacific, and he's gonna check it out because it's like he said, Nefty's in his 70s, but he feels healthy. He said he hasn't had a checkup in like a year, so he wants to get checked up. And I told him, just go to Asia Pacific, and the way it works here, you just show up there, go to the concierge, and if he's looking for like a family practice or a general practitioner, you would just tell them, and then they'll direct you to the doctor, and then just schedule the appointment. So he can get all the checks, all the lab work. If he wants other tests done, like heart tests, whatever. They do it all at Asia Pacific Medical Center. A real blessing for us here in Aklan Province that hospital opened. Goku, all right. I noticed the Nissan is cheaper compared to the Toyota, at least 200K. I'm comparing the truck and SUV. Any review on the Nissan made for PI? I've seen them. I've seen the Nissan. I've never been interested on a Nissan, brother, to tell you the truth. I'm a Toyota fan. It's like I've had Toyotas before. I've owned a Toyota Celica. I've owned a Toyota RAV4 when I was in the US. I just love Toyotas, man. I've never had any issues with Toyota, so I figure why mess with that? I'm happy with every Toyota that I've owned. I don't think I've ever owned a Nissan, so it's like, but if it's cheaper, I mean, it's like, everybody's got their own preference, and I know, like, even in Calibo, they have a Nissan dealership now here in Calibo, so I might check it out. I might go to the Nissan dealership just to see what they got in there, because that Nissan dealership in Calibo opened about a year ago. There's only like 3 dealerships here in Aklan. There's Toyota here in Numancia, Toyota Aklan. There's the Nissan in Calibo, and then the Suzuki car dealership in Calibo. Those are the only 3 vehicles that have dealerships here in our province of Aklan. But I'll check it out. Hopefully I can make a video. Hopefully they'll let me make a video and report on the cost and all that regarding the Nissan vehicles. How is your 7? Oh, all right. Yeah. Daniel's asking, any day now, brother, any day now, our 7-Eleven's going to open, because I peeked in there. Everything is done. I mean, it's like my coffee machine is there. Dunkin', the donut, Mr. Donut is in there. Everything, even where they put like the fried chicken, it's like the refrigerators, they're all AC. Everything's done. The parking lot's got stripes, got parking spaces. So it's just a matter of stocking it now. So any day now. Hey, yo, John. All right. Hey, yo, John. Good morning, Gino and everyone. Hope everyone... Hey, all right. Hey, yo, John. Hey, I did check out that new era, man. But, man, them hats are expensive, man. But I knew that. I knew because they're the original, like original caps, I think they were like at least like in the $45 to like $60 range on the Dodger hat and the Lakers hat. So I'm gonna have to wait for a special occasion to buy that. Maybe on my birthday, my birthday in August, when maybe I'll treat myself to a nice cap, new era cap. Louis, all right. Good info. Thanks. All right, Louis. HD. Ayo, John, you made it. Yeah, that's right. Ayo, John. Gino, that sucks. The prices are too high at the newer. Yeah, well, the reason for that, it's in Boracay. It's like anything in Boracay is gonna be pricey. It's like not gonna be cheap. The same. They have an Apple. They have an Apple store in Boracay, and I didn't even go inside the Apple because I know like all the stuff in there is gonna be way more expensive. But it's surprisingly, when I went to that new era, there's people coming in and out of there, just like and I did see people walking around with a bag like on front beach, like carrying like a new era that they bought caps. They bought caps at the new era, but they're not cheap. They're not cheap. All right, Jumpy. All right. Hey, yo, welcome. Okay, Robert, what beach do you recommend around Iloilo City, Gino? Around Iloilo City, I have never gone to a beach around Iloilo City. Just because, anytime you're in a big city like that, close to the city, just my experience, even in Cebu City, it's the same way. The beaches aren't going to be the cleanest because you're close to the city. The best thing if you're interested in the beach, and it's quite a ways from Iloilo City, would be a trip to Gigantes Island. You would have to drive or take a bus to Carles Iloilo, and then take the island hopping tour at Gigantes Island. That's where you would see like white sand beaches, nice beaches. The beaches around cities in the Philippines, they're not gonna be nice beaches, in my opinion. Anyway, I know people, they go to those beaches around Iloilo City or around Cebu City, but I wouldn't swim in it. That's the thing for me. I'm particular on the beach that I swim because I like my beaches where I swim clean. I don't like debris on the beach. Dazel can tell you that I'm really picky. When it comes to like swimming out in the ocean. Thanks. All right, HD. Jumpy. All right. Expat. Hey, all right, all right. I finally got internet connection, so cross fingers. All right, thanks. My friend Brian in Galveston County. All right, then you got your in. Well, today, Brian, I'm gonna have the Calibo cable guys come out. I'm on the schedule, so anytime, maybe now or maybe in the afternoon, they'll show up here, and they said they were gonna repair my internet. So hopefully by next week I can go back to using the laptop instead of just the phone here. Hey Darren, all right, Darren made it. Darren, I'm late to the party. Haha, my girlfriend decided she wanted to go for a walk. Hey man, it's like you gotta please the girlfriend, man. It's like a happy girlfriend, happy life, brother. As long as you made it. Ah, that's right. Glad you can join us. All right, all right. Edgar, all right, Edgar. Edgar made it too. How much would it cost to have Bumblebee cart made, and how long would it take? Um, I had Bumblebee made back in 2016, and the sidecar alone attached to the motorbike, it cost at that time 35,000 pesos, so about $600 at the time. Uh, but that's just a sidecar. They'll custom build it like with the metal. They'll weld it. Wheels, everything. But it didn't include the paint. The paint normally would cost maybe 5,000, 6,000, $100 to paint it. But I made a special. Mine cost like three times that because I wanted them to use the car paint. That way it's more shiny. It looks like really really look nice. When it was like, of course now it's like 9 years later on Bumblebee, but it still looks nice, pretty decent. And then the striping, that's paint too. That's not like that the striping on the top, it's not like a sticker. That one, they actually had to paint it. So I'm really happy how it turned out. But all in all, it cost me at the time, it cost me like 50,000 pesos. So in today's money, 50,000 pesos, about $900. It could be a little more now, inflation and all that. It's been 9 years, but I know I hear people building tricycles attached to motorbikes here. It's still about 40,000 pesos, or about $750. But what's nice is you can custom make it. It's like you can come up with your design if you want bigger chairs for two people, if you want to put a back seat on the sidecar. It's really up to you, because they're pretty good at like building stuff here. Good welders, good welders. At least the weather here is tolerable. Mid 70s this morning. Yeah, same here. Same here, Darren. It's like 78 earlier, I checked, because it's cloudy today. Little light rain. Because it's been hot, Darren can tell you how hot the Philippines has been. Like even in Boracay, I mean, by 10, 11 a.m. in Boracay, it's like in the 100 already, man. It was like hot, That's why I like doing my early morning walk, my breakfast. I get it all done before 10 a.m. And then from 10 a.m., usually Dazel and I were in the hotel room until sunset. We don't like walking around in that heat because it gets too hot. For sure, Kip. For sure, Kip. The 7-Eleven will be our hangout for sure. I'm sure all of us will head out there in the morning for coffee, for a brewed coffee. The guys will go out there for coffee, and I'm sure the girls too for sunset. Because the girls, they always like. They don't get up early enough, but the guys, I know they're gonna be up for drinking coffee there in the evening time. I know the girls will come with us there, and they will have snacks, because they got the 7-Eleven here has Slurpee, got drinks like lemon iced tea, got iced coffee. I mean, and snacks. They got a lot of snacks at 7-Eleven. And that 7-Eleven here actually. They got food, like where they microwave it. I mean, you'll be amazed of some of the stuff. Like they'll have like pad thai. They'll have like, American style spaghetti. I mean, it's like when you go to 7-Eleven here, it's like a whole shelf of like stuff where you just get it and they'll throw it in the microwave and ready to eat. So I'm sure it's going to be a hangout. I'm sure it's going to be a hangout for me, Dazel, Leanne, and our friends here at Camellia Aklan. All right, my friend Frederick in Iloilo City. Good morning, Dazel crew. Oh, hey, good morning, Frederick. We'll see you, Frederick. We'll be headed your way first week of April. I'll have to get my monitoring MRI first week of April. So we'll see you for sure when we go to Iloilo City. Are you retired Air Force? Yes, Popeye, Popeye 1. I like that name, Popeye 1. It's kind of like Air Force 1, but Popeye 1. All right. You must be in the Navy, like Popeye. Yes, I'm retired. I served 20 years active duty in the United States Air Force, and I retired in 2004. It's been 21 years ago when I retired in the military. HD, Popeye 1. Yes, he is. All right. Jumpy, tell Dazel's mom not to be shy. Yeah, it's like one of these days she'll be here. It's like maybe when Leanna's done with school, on her summer vacation, maybe I'll line all of us here so that way you guys can all see Leanna, Dazel, and their mom. Cool. Go Zoomies. All right, I'm retired. Yeah, that's what I figure, man. You got the Popeye 1. I figure you're a retired Navy, man. A lot of retired Navy on our channel. Same here, Popeye. See Darren, same here, Popeye. Most viewers here are vets. I'm a trusty shellback. You too, HE. I got my shellback of the coast of Ecuador. All right, all right. See, a lot of Navy guys, lot of Navy guys on our channel. Even Kip's a Navy guy too. Made it. Greetings from Fort Laud. All right, all right. I'm glad you made it again, man. I remember you from last week, man. Fort Lauderdale in Florida. All right, Darren. Looks like all my Navy guys are like communicating. That's all right. That's all right, man. Do you know Dr. Jerry Besana? He's my cousin. All right, Dr. Jerry Besana. No, Ram, I'm not familiar. I'll have to look it up. I'll write it down. That way I can look it up. It says Dr. Jerry Besana. Besana. I'll have to look up the name. Maybe I'll look on Facebook or Google and see. I'm in the later generation served in Operation New Dawn, enduring USS Nimitz. Oh man, the Nimitz. I've heard about that ship, HD. I'm looking to live in PI next year. Retired military also. What is easier to get, SRRB or go dual citizen? Dual citizen, it's a lot easier than the SRRB, man. That's a SRRB. It's like you gotta put a bank deposit, a lot of paperwork. You can go to the Philippine consulate in the United States and get your dual citizenship in one visit or two visit at the most. In one day, you can get your dual citizenship at the Philippine consulate, any Philippine consulate in the United States, and get it there. Get it there instead of getting it here in the Philippines. Because a lot easier there. Because here, if you have to get your dual citizenship back here in the Philippines, you have to go to Manila, to the main Bureau of Immigration building in Manila. And anything that you got to get done in Manila, man, I try to avoid Manila at all costs because it's chaos in Manila, man. It's like anytime you have to travel in Manila, it takes a lot out of you. I did quite the few Westpacks. All right, you Popeye, man. It's like I've been to Subic many times, man. So it's like I was stationed at Clark, so I would head out to Subic, Grande Island, on the weekends. I was in Clark 88 to 91, so many trips to Subic. And then after that, after the bases had closed here in the Philippines, I went back to Olongapo City, Barrio Barreto. There's like the Arizona Hotel there. I would say at the Arizona Hotel in Barrio Barreto. So I'm familiar with the Subic Bay. 30 minutes from Subic. Yeah, there in Bataan, man, in the Bataan. Gino, which Mustang did you have? I like the Fox body type, but I prefer. I had like it was a 2000 Ford Mustang. I didn't have the GT or anything, just a regular Ford Mustang. But I love it. Was yellow, Yellow was kind of like my color always. I had that yellow. And at the time, I rode my road bike all the time in Tucson. So I even had a bike rack. So I had a yellow Mustang, and my bicycle, my road bike, was also yellow, and it was on the rack on the back of my car. I took that Mustang and the bicycle all over Arizona because I would participate in a lot of road cycling events in Arizona. Oh, all right. I like Volkswagen now, man. I've always wanted to. I've never owned one. I wish I did, man. I like the if the throwback like a VW bus. They're hard to find now, of course, and I'm sure they're expensive, but I wouldn't mind owning one of those. At one time, I had a chance to buy a VW Bug here in the Philippines. It was a 1969, really pretty decent shape at the time, and I wanted to buy it, but Dazel said, why are you buying that old car? So I said, oh man, Dazel didn't like it. So I decided not to get it. Go hit Barrio Barreto for me. See right there. Yeah. Popeye One knows about Barrio Barreto too. Deal. Deal. Goku, thanks. I never owned a Nissan. My first car was Toyota Celica. Bought it on my first base at March. Too bad, Celica. Yeah, I know, man. I love my Celica, man. I can't remember what year was my Celica, but it was. I drove that thing in the 80s, so it had to be like mid 80s was my Celica, and I loved it, man. I love my Celica. I put like nice rims on it. That was that was one of my nicest cars that I had. Yeah, that's why I am, man. Goku. I'm a Toyota guy. I don't think I'll ever own a Nissan. Can you oil etc.? Oh yes, yes, Daniel. No worries about Toyota parts because here in our town in Numancia is where the Toyota Aklan dealership is. It's I'm 5 minutes away from the Toyota dealership here, and I don't put any parts on my car except Toyota parts. I'll buy all the parts at Toyota, and the only parts I've replaced the battery, oil change, of course, filter, and I did replace my tires, even the four tires on our Toyota because I bought it in November 2018, and then we just replaced the tires maybe 6 months ago, or maybe even no, in January actually, in January. So not long ago, we replaced all four new tires. I'm glad it lasted that long. I mean, that's like incredible. Really, it lasted over 6 years on the original tires. I remember the beaches around Subic back in the 80s. They were terrible. That's the thing, Kip. I was saying, it's same thing. Olongapo City, it's like when you're in a city, the beach is close to the city. It's not gonna be a nice beach, just because, unfortunately here in the Philippines, a lot of your cities, they dump their sewage into the ocean. Most places, so that's what it is. That's why the beaches are never gonna be clean. And that's why I noticed even in Roxas City. I mean, I've been to Bye Beach. I like walking the beach, but I wouldn't swim in that beach, just because there's too much debris for me. There's too much stuff on the beach, so and that's common here. That's why if you want to go swimming, snorkeling and all that, you'd really have to catch like a small boat or a small ferry to like an island, like Boracay Island. It's like I'll swim all the time in Boracay Island, go snorkeling in Boracay Island. But anytime you're close to a city, it's not going to be a clean beach. They're not really very in and out. Well, that's the thing, man. It's like it's nice, like Barrio Barreto. Like I remember hanging out at the Arizona hotel. It's nice to look at the ocean, have a beer or something. But yeah, I wouldn't be swimming in that water either. Thanks, Gino, on the beach comment. In Gulfport, the beaches between Biloxi and Bay are nice. About 20 miles of beach. Oh, wow, that's a lot of beach. 20 miles. The water is clear but murky because of the Mississippi Sound. All right, all right. I own a Toyota. Oh, I remember the Tercel, bro. Daniel, I remember that Tercel. I remember that Toyota. Like I said, I'm a Toyota fan, so I remember all the Toyota. Hilux, Camry, Avalon. Yep, I know all those vehicles, man. Forerunner. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Toyota's just like run forever, man. They're like good cars. The sip is rather shallow until you get out to the barrier islands, like Ship Island. South of the island is nice because of the Gulf of Mexico. All right, all right. I'm gonna have to look that up in the map, man. I'm gonna have to look that. I'm interested in that now, Robert. Gavin V, all right, my good friend in Australia, all right. He always watches our live stream during his lunch break in Australia. I'm glad you made it. Glad you made it, Gavin P. Happy Friday. Love watching your time back. Oh yeah, yeah. It's like, and we're gonna be back in the Boracay. It's like we try to take advantage. Like when viewers, subscribers come to Boracay, they invite us. They take us out to dinner, and we always take advantage of the opportunity to meet our subscribers in Boracay because that seems to be the place when people come to the Philippines. They want a vacation in Boracay. So I'm always happy to meet our subscribers there. So I know like April and May, we're going to spend more time because it's summertime. We're going to spend more time in Boracay. So more Boracay videos to come. But in May, my friend, he wants to spend 2 days in Boracay, but he also wanted to travel in Antique province this time. My friend from Hawaii, he visits me here often. And so we're going to do Boracay two nights and then do Antique province for 2 nights. So I'm going to try to film some Antique videos. I just saw Chloe. She wants to go outside. So I'm going to have to open the door for Chloe. Hold on, hold on. Chloe, it's her pee time. She hasn't been downstairs. This is because Chloe always stays with her mama upstairs until Dazel wakes up. So Dazel's probably awake now. That's why Chloe came down. But I have to watch it because Chloe, it's like she's sneaky. She'll like sometimes she got out of our gate because she can. There's a certain section of our gate. I got to do something about it. She like sneaked out. So. I got to keep an eye on Chloe. Nino Roselle, Kuya. All right. Living in Japan. Hi, G-Man. All right, from Japan. Here is my question. So what do you think is the nicest beach closest to Iloilo City? We know Aklan has a lot, but it's quite far for us. Slowly moving to Iloilo. Which beach? All right. Let me just check on Chloe because I worry about Chloe because she might disappear on me. I have a gate. We have a gate, but there's a certain section of the gate where Chloe likes to sneak out. So I have to keep an eye out, make sure she takes her time peeing, doing her business outside. I've never gone to a beach in Iloilo, in the Iloilo area, so I really don't have any beach to recommend. Like I said, the only beach that I know for sure where you can go snorkeling. Oh, there you go. Chloe's barking. The only beach that I know would be in Gigantes Island. You would have to drive all the way or take a bus to Carles in Iloilo, and then take the tour, like an island hopping tour. And on that island hopping tour, you're gonna see white sand beaches on Gigantes Island. You can go snorkeling and all that. But around Iloilo City, you just won't be seeing, white sand beaches that I know of. Maybe a viewer out there knows of any white sand beaches close to Iloilo City. But I'll keep that in mind living in Japan. What I'll do is I'll do some research, and see if there's any, close to Iloilo City as far as a beach. Your best bet, probably, I'm thinking, if you're in Iloilo City, your best bet would be Guimaras Island because you can just catch a ferry from Iloilo City to Guimaras Island, and it's a short ferry. Guimaras Island is not very far. That would be probably the best destination for you if you're in Iloilo City. You can even do a day trip, leave early in the morning, spend time on Guimaras Island. They got the best mangoes here in the Philippines in Guimaras Island, and then come back in the afternoon or evening. I know many people do that. Dazel and I were actually planning on doing that one time when we stayed Iloilo City, but we just never actually did it. But we probably might do that on this trip in May because we're going in May with my friend. He's gonna fly out of Iloilo City. Maybe when he flies out back to Hawaii, we might check out Guimaras Island because it's so easy from Iloilo City to go to Guimaras Island. They're actually planning to build a bridge from Iloilo City to Guimaras Island. That project is already on the go. It's going to take a couple of years, of course, but pretty soon you can drive from Iloilo City, drive to Guimaras, then from Guimaras, drive to Bacolod. So in the 3 or 4 years from now, you can actually Negros Island and Panay Island will be connected by bridges. Duals usually takes 2 visits in the U.S. You have to make sure you have all the required. They would need. Yep, good call, HD. That's what I figure, but it's still a lot easier, HD. 2 visits. You just never know when you go to like Manila, what it will take to get your dual citizenship there. It's like I always tell people, get your dual citizenship if you're even thinking about it at the consulate in the United States, Philippine consulate in the United States. Don't do it in Manila. I've had 3 Mustangs, 72 Mach 1. Oh, Mach 1. I remember those. Jumpy. I actually have a picture with those Mach 1s when I was like a little kid. That was like in Baguio City. I had a picture right next to it. I think I was like 8 or 9 years old with that Mach 1. GT, all right, man. You got the top down too on the GT. Nice, Jumpy. I'm a Mustang fan. Between Mustang and Toyota, those are like the 2 cars that I really enjoyed having. It's my Ford Mustang and my Toyotas. I actually have seen brand new Toyotas here in Panay Island. In Iloilo City, I've seen I've actually seen a GT, a white Mustang GT, a newer one. I can tell it's new because it's like really modern looking Ford Mustang. Here in Aklan, you see them on the highway. So they're because I know in Roxas City they have a Ford dealership, so maybe that's how they're getting the Ford Mustangs here. And I'm sure Iloilo's got a Ford dealership. I see a lot of Volkswagens in my area. It's a classic. I know, man. Even here in Aklan, John, they have every year during Ati-Atihan, there's a group that meets and do the car show at Pastrana Park, and there's always a few VW Bug, really nice, souped up, it's like lowered, fancy lights on it, the Jeep. All right, you like your owner type Jeep. I don't see a lot of those anymore in Aklan. I mean, once in a while I'll see the owner type Jeeps. I'm seeing more modern vehicles now here in our province of Aklan. Annalyn has a 2018 Versa. I have a Versana Sport. Oh, nice. I just don't have experience with Nissan, so I couldn't recommend, the Nissan. I've never owned one. I never owned a Nissan. Always Toyota and then my Ford Mustang. Very, very nice. I know, right? I know, Ayo John. Jumpy got some nice cars. And what's up, Gino? Sailor Sal here. Southern Cal is driving me crazy. Ready to go to my mama's homeland, Japan. Always travel. I know. I mean, Sal, Sal's always traveling. He's always traveling in Southeast Asia. I love looking at his Facebook. He's always posting different countries in Southeast Asia. Keep enjoy traveling, my brother. Folks, like this video, please. All right. Thank you, Daniel. Tanya G. Guimaras is kind of near Iloilo City. I know that's what I mentioned, Tanya. It's like if you're looking for beaches, nice beaches to swim, I would go to Guimaras Island. You know, it's a short ferry ride from Iloilo City. I wouldn't be searching in mainland Iloilo for a nice beach. I would go to Guimaras Island. Less people live in Guimaras Island. That's why the beaches are nicer. Iloilo City, you know, the city area, there's just a lot of population, a lot of people living in that area. Yep. Oh, good call there, Tanya. Good tip. Raymond Beach is white sand in Guimaras. All right. I'm going to have to look it up now because I'm interested in going to Guimaras this summer, especially like I have to take my friend from Hawaii. We're going to take him to Boracay, to Antique Province, and he wants to fly out of Iloilo City. So when he flies out, we'll be there in Iloilo City anyway. So I'll just add that to our trip, a trip to maybe one night in Guimaras Island, and I'll look up Raymond Beach. Finally home. All right, Kip. Glad you made it safely home, brother. Glad you made it safely home. On the dual citizenship, can afford? No, unfortunately, Kip, you have to have like you have to be born in the Philippines or born with Philippine parents to get dual citizenship. It's actually not easy to get a Philippine citizenship for foreigners here. I only know of one, Kulas, that guy becoming Filipino from Canada, because he's done so much in promoting the Philippines. So our Congress here in the Philippines gave him citizenship, but not an easy process here for a foreigner to become a Filipino citizen. 30 watching, only 30 likes. Hit the thumbs up. All right, Darren. Thank you. I see 22 now, Darren. Thank you, Darren. I always like the Fox body. I'm for nice. So early 90s GT was my style. All right. I remember the different body types of the Mustang. I don't understand. Can get the Mustang GT here, but can't the Camaro. Oh, I know, right? I have never seen a Camaro here. Good pointing it out there. And I've never seen a Camaro here in the Philippines. But Mustangs, there are plenty. It's like I've seen plenty of Mustangs, but not a Camaro. Maybe in Manila, because in Manila, they got all kinds of cars there. I mean, they got Lamborghinis and stuff at BGC. I've seen videos of BGC, and they got, all those sports cars in BGC. In DC, Olsen, all right. In DC, they moved up the swearing in appointments in the morning, so dual citizen project can be done one trip. Oh, awesome! Thank you for sharing that, Olsen. Because I know, like in California, what people that I've known that has gotten their dual citizenship, that they're able to do it in one day because they come from San Diego, they go to LA, and then they get it done in LA. So I know people have told me before that they've got it done in one day. So it's good to know. It's good to know that you can get it in one day in DC also. All right, there's Dazel and Chloe. All right, Dazel is awake. And it's only 9:18. That's pretty good, babe.
What?
That's pretty good. There's Chloe, the diva. She already went outside, babe, earlier. And I was kind of keeping an eye on her because I know she sneaks out sometime. But she barked when it's time for her to go in.
That's why she's laughing. Mom, smiling.
Yeah, she's smiling.
Ano ba Totoy? Totoy na ikaw pipi na?
Yeah, you can let Totoy out because I don't think Totoy's been out yet.
Pipi ka. Toy, pipi ka niya. Toy.
Actual Jeep brand is very expensive here. Yes, I know they're very expensive Jeep. Almost twice as much. I paid about 2.5 million for my Gladiator back home in the States, but a new one here is right at 5 million. Woo, man, that's a lot of money. I remember your vehicle, your Gladiator, Darren. I've seen pictures of that. I've seen a few Camaros here, but always the RSV. Oh, okay. So you have here in Aklan, and I've never seen a Camaro here in Aklan, or even in Panay Island. I haven't seen one in Iloilo either. Mostly Mustangs. I know there's like a Mustang club, like a car club in Iloilo. Yes, Guimaras is just 10 minutes by boat. Oh, thank you, thank you. I wasn't sure how long that boat is. I'm glad you said that. That is a 10-minute ferry ride. I never saw if there are rental scooters there. Good tricycle transport though, and no scuba diving either. All right, no scuba diving. Good tip, man. So that's good information to share. So no scuba diving in Guimaras, but I know they have nice beaches because I've seen videos before of Guimaras, and they have nice beaches there. Magandang umaga, Dazel. Nakatulog ba ka maayos? Nakatulog ng maayos, Darren. She always sleeps good because she stays up late. And Liana on the weekends, the both of them, they always stay up late watching Korean drama in our big TV here.
I woke up doing this, babe.
What's that?
Like, you
Yeah, you surrender. Yeah. When Dazzle sleep is the funniest thing. When she sleeps, it's like she's like hands up, raised like that, like she surrender. She's like out when she sleeps. Woohoo! Dazzle has joined us. All right, hey, Kip says hello, babe.
Hi, Kim.
Yeah,
Look at me. I'm so blew up.
you're here. That's okay. They know you just woke up, babe. Hi, Dazzle. Aliyah says hello. Oh, Aliyah says hello too.
yeah.
Aliyah says hello too. We'll have to do a video chat, Olsen and Aliyah with Dazzle and I again.
I was watching Halo. last
Halo.
night. Yeah.
All right.
On Netflix.
On Netflix, that's why you stayed up late. Halo, the miniseries, the Halo miniseries. Yeah.
I like it.
I'll have to check that out. I'm always asleep like by 8 p.m. That's kind of like my bedtime. Sometimes even before 8 p.m. because I get up early. I'm always up by 4:30 a.m. So I sometimes I'm asleep by 6 p.m. That's why I eat dinner so early. I'm like an early bird dinner. I'm usually like 5:30 p.m. I'm already eating dinner.
And now my mom is used to eat early too.
Your mom, yeah, because of me. Yeah, she's eating at the
She
same
was
time.
eating at like 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Oh, that's
But,
good.
When she lives in Katignan, she eats at least 9 p.m.
9 p.m. All right. Well, she's got when
or
I
8.
when we make dinner, it's already dinner's ready at 5:30, so I'm sure she sees it. So. Hey there. This is Kip's wife. Hey, Sheila.
Hi,
Okay, I have to remember your son treasures. Son treasures. I have to mark that down because I'll add you to my list. That way, when I see your handle, I know it's Sheila.
Sun station. It's her business account.
Oh, business account. All right, business account.
Let me check that out.
Hello, Sheila. Hello, Sheila. Uh-oh.
Hi, Sheila. Oh, there's
Chloe's making a ruckus with her. She likes to play with her. She's got her bowl. Like Chloe likes to play with her bowl. She'll I guess it's a signal that she wants food, babe. Yeah, she's like flinging it. She's like playing with it and flinging it. So that's the noise that you're hearing. It's Chloe
She's like doing taekwondo.
uh,
She's playing with it because she get a lot of energy just like her mama.
yeah. Chloe's gonna be 11 years old in June, but she still acts like a puppy. She's got a lot of energy. Like she'll run up and down the stairs. She'll jump on you. If I'm laying in bed, she'll jump on me. Like for a 11, going on 11 years old dog, she's got a lot of energy. And she has the zoomies every time I open the door. Like when Dazzle and I are out, when we come in, she'll like zoom, 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 run. And like she's showing off like that we're home. She does that every time still.
Even if we just left the house for like 5 minutes.
I know, even if we just
It's
leave
the
the house,
same
like the same thing. It's like she gets so excited when we come home. Here in Japan, living in Japan, the second-hand Toyotas are so cheap. Some are free, but then you need to pay the MOT car check. Yeah, I remember. I lived in Japan. I lived in Japan year 2000 to 2004 when I retired in the military. I was at Misawa Air Base, and they have that thing when you buy a vehicle. They have that. I guess MOT. I remember that because because most of us we would buy used cars, when we were stationed there. Because a lot of us, it wasn't like we were gonna bring it back to the States. You just got your assignment, got your vehicle there, and then when it's your turn to leave, you just sell it to the next guy. As the next person coming into Japan. Darren, sige. Ako din, awake late but playing online games on my laptop. Online games. I don't
I
play.
saw your video, Darren.
Oh yeah, we saw your video there in the island.
Intro.
Yeah, the intro.
It's like for a movie.
Yeah, that's all like I like the drone. I like it's like one day I'll own a drone, man. I sleep with my knee up by my ear. Sheila says she sleep with her knee up. Dazzle sleeps like she's surrender. Sheila, she's like sleeping like that, like I surrender. I'm like, I look at her like you surrender. She surrenders, but she sleeps really good. I can be going in and out of the room, and Dazzle won't wake up. That's one thing. When she's asleep, she's asleep. I'm the same way. Dazzle tells me when I'm sleeping. Like she can go in and out of the room. She can tap me. I'm not waking up either. Dazzle, what's your advice for sleeping well?
My advice for sleeping well? Going to bed late.
Going to bed late. That's Dazzle's advice. She does. Dazzle goes to bed. The earliest she goes to bed is midnight. She'll stay awake till like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. That's why she doesn't get up till like 9 or 10 a.m. She gets her 8 hours. That's not a problem for Dazzle to get her 8 hours.
Yeah, and I think actually maybe this is like the honest answer. I work out also.
That's it.
Night.
At nighttime. Dazzle works out at night. Here in our living room, she'll do plank. She'll do jump rope in our living room, and she'll be working out. She'll be working out like at 10, 11 p.m.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes if I, go downstairs to pee or something, I'm like half asleep, and when I come down, I see Dazzle doing jump rope, and I just smile at her because like. Oh, there's Dazzle's mom. All right.
Yeah, doing the workout, maybe that thing.
Rob, hey, are you Philippines? Yes, we're in the Philippines. Waves high. All right. I know wave. Yes, Rob. All right. Mr. 007. Oh, James Bond. Miss James Bond is investing at a condo in BGC a wise idea. I plan on using it part-time and also using it as short-term rental. Man. I would not recommend it. If I had extra money, I wouldn't invest even in a condo in the Philippines because investing in the Philippines is just tough. Even if you're thinking of making it into an Airbnb, it's just hard here, because I would just invest it like in stocks or, stuff in the United States. I don't think, like for us, if I was still investing, I wouldn't invest my money in the Philippines. That's just me, and I'm stuck to that, my whole 14 years here. It's like if we have extra money, when my social security comes in 3 years, it's like I still won't invest in the Philippines. Just too many things can go wrong here. People, and I'm sure people have watched on YouTube, like people that are famous bloggers even here that buy land, with their wife, because they have a wife that's Filipina, buy land and they try to build a home. The disasters that they go through. That you do see some that their Filipina wife owns the land and they build the house on it. Nice homes with swimming pools and all that. But a lot of times they don't tell you how they get to that point. It's like it's hard here. It's like to invest. Like even if you're gonna build a nice house with swimming pool and all that, because one thing here in the Philippines, there's no in-house inspection here. There's no standards. Like contractors here, there's no agreements where you write with a contractor where if something goes wrong you can sue the person. Here it's basically you have to trust the person that's gonna build your home. And then condos, it's like right now there's like like I know there's a surplus of them, because a lot of the pogo, a lot of the illegal gambling run by the Chinese, a lot of them abandoned their condos in Manila. To me, it's just too risky. Too risky to invest here in the Philippines.
Babe, about gambling, babe, I have a crypto.
You got crypto? Dazel, she start buying crypto.
Oh, Gcash.
She got a Gcash account, and she said, I'm buying crypto.
Yeah.
But it's not a lot of money,
My investment is 250 pesos.
250
And
pesos?
this I withdrew today.
Uh-huh.
I lost 7 pesos.
Okay, see? I mean, that's like, I know there's crypto people out there, but I told Dazel, man, that's like, to me, that's almost like gambling.
It's like gambling.
Yeah.
I like to buy the 10 peso crypto.
Rob Faye, what part of the Philippines? We live in Western Visayas, middle part of, you got Luzon, the big island, Luzon. Visayas is the middle part, Mindanao. We live in Western Visayas, in Aklan province. We are known here in Aklan province for Boracay Island. Boracay Island is part of Aklan province. Oh, there you go. HD, it says Western Visayas. Rape. Boy lives. Oh, Dumaguete City. All right. That's how I've been there. We've been to Dumaguete City. That's kind of like, Dumaguete City is kind of like one of the expat landing areas here in the Philippines, because at one time it got voted like in the top 10 retirement destinations for expats in Southeast Asia, and and I can see why. When Dazzle and I went to Dumaguete City, they cater to expats. Expats are treated well when they live in Dumaguete City, and it's got everything an expat, American expat, Western style living, food. It's like there's places where you can eat steak. There's places, American style burgers, they really cater to expats. That's why a lot of expats move to Dumaguete City. Salamat po. Walang anuman po.
Bigat ng pinubuhat ko. Ay, blood kasi.
She's hyper. Yeah. Darren. Oh, thanks for the compliments. I'm editing more. I'm so far behind on uploading. Well, we like it. And Darren, Dazzle really likes your intro.
Yeah.
She was impressed about your intro on your video.
It's like for a movie.
She said it's like from a movie.
It's not, maybe he's not
YouTube.com. All right. Looks like HD sharing like a link.
Alright.
Cool. Thanks, HD. Hey, yo, John, cute doggy, guys. I used to have a Rottweiler. Ooh, that's a big one. Rottweiler's a big dog. But had to give him up before coming. Oh, I understand. It's hard to bring a big dog to the Philippines. Thanks, HD.
My Chloe is tiny, but she's Aklan.
Oh, it's the video. It's Darren's video. Cool, cool.
Yeah.
That HD shared.
Let's go.
Let me verify that. I sleep on my belly, all right, on the belly, with my right knee up, all right, by my right ear. Oh, all right. Now I can picture it. Now I can picture it. You know, like Sheila. Sheila's explaining how she sleeps, babe. Go to bed late and eat lots of food and pizza. Well, Darren, you know Dazel too well, brother. You know, she still eats pizza, man. That's still her pizza to Dazel is an afternoon snack. Pizza is not a meal. She'll buy a whole pie of pizza, and that's a snack, an afternoon snack. Her and Leanna. They like that. They like that Zian pizza. It's a local pizza that they like here. It only costs like 100 pesos. It's like less than $2 for a box of pizza, small
It's now
pizza.
110 pesos.
Ooh, 110.
Yeah.
An increase. Dazzle said it just increased another inflation. 10 peso increase on the price of her pizza, and she likes the ham and cheese pizza with pineapple on it. Kumusta, mama po? She's doing good, Darren. You know, she's gonna, her health, I think, will improve here because less stress for her living with us. You know, she doesn't have to worry about over where she lives. She got a lot of grandkids that like bother. You know, kids are kids. They're like 5 years old, 6 years old, 8 years old, and 12-year-olds. So she got a lot of grandkids that kind of like don't leave her alone. But here, you know, it's like Leanna, you know, Leanna's almost an adult, you know, she's like well behaved. And then, you know, I watch my diet, you know, so Dazzle and Dazzle's mom and I, we pretty much have the same diet. We eat a lot of vegetables, we eat a lot of fruit. Like yesterday, we had the bitter melon. The bitter melon is over it. Ampalaya with egg. That's what Dazzle's mom and me, that's what we ate. And then kangkong. Kangkong is the water spinach. We had kangkong and adobong kangkong is what we had. So, you know, me and her agree on the diet, you know, that we eat. You know, we eat a lot of vegetables because Leanna's not much into vegetables. You know, 11-year-old, you know, it's hard to get her to eat vegetables. Dazzle eats vegetables. She's pretty good at eating vegetables.
Leanna didn't eat the ampalaya, the bitter melon.
Yeah, I know she didn't. I knew she wouldn't eat that. I know because it's bitter, you know. It's
She
like
was like, Ate, I'll eat another ulam na. Then I told her,
she
you
knew-
can eat adobo. There's adobo.
yeah, and then I also make a lot of salad, you know. It's like there's a lettuce here that I buy now at Barangay Sano. They sell it in a cup. It's kind of cool how really it is. I'll have to like take a picture next time and post it on the Dazel TV community. It's like it comes in a little cup. It's got soil even on it, and the lettuce is like good size lettuce that grows out of that cup. They put that cup in like water. It's pretty neat. It's like hydroponic, I think is what they call it. It's in an area in the grocery. And it's only like 45 pesos, you know, it's like less than $1 for like a really nice lettuce. And then I usually like add tomatoes, I put cucumber, red onion, and then, you know, so that's, you know, that's kind of one of Dazzle's mom and I's lunch, you know, we eat that a lot.
She actually wants us to go to Palengke later.
So later, what does she want to eat today?
For sure, gulay.
Gulay,
I like
gulay.
vegetable.
Yeah, and eggplant too. I love eggplant. I'm always like eating eggplant. So you know, my diet is mostly a lot of vegetables. Gulay. That's a gulay. Gulay is vegetable. Cam, all right, Ruben. Before I got into Toyotas, Ruben, he's been online, babe. Ruben, he's been 4x4, four-door truck, 4Runner, Prius. I drove Nissans for years. Haven't owned mini trucks, Sentra. Oh, so Ruben's been a Toyota and Nissan guy. All
Yeah,
his
yeah.
all his vehicles have been Toyota too and Nissan. Early bird is the best life. 5 a.m. Enjoy the entire day. Can't beat it. Sunrise. Yeah, I'm that way. I'm that way. Living in Japan, I'm always up by 4:30,
If
and
I
then
wake up at 5 a.m., babe, it's
uh
only like 2 p.m. or 1 p.m.
yeah,
And I
that's not
feel
enough
like,
sleep. That's not enough sleep for you if you wake up at 5.
no, and I feel like if I wake up early at 1 p.m., I feel like it's like already, ano na, gabi na.
Yeah. You can lease at least a Yoda, I know, because of a friend here, but must be at least 60 years old in case some would rather lease instead of financing. Oh man, good info there, Darren. Because at one time somebody asked me about leasing a vehicle, and here in our province, I've never seen it. I've never seen leasing, but I know in Luzon, like Manila, that might, like Darren saying, that's an option. Leasing a vehicle. Are excellent. Can't go wrong. Yeah. All right, Ruben. My views, your world. Be careful. I heard sometimes the math doesn't add up to be right. All right. I would worry about the lack of resale value unless you find another expat looking for a place. Yeah. And Kip, it's just hard to sell stuff here in the Philippines. It's like uh, you know, it's easy to buy, but it's hard to sell. If you ever have to get rid of stuff, you're gonna end up taking a loss. If you buy anything here, and that's why I always tell people, rent is so cheap here. Just rent. That way you're not attached to the area too. Because a friend of mine, Tony from Atlanta, we were like texting each other yesterday, and I was like, we were discussing that. It's nice that, if you're in Dumaguete City, after a year, if you get tired of Dumaguete City, you can move to Iloilo City. If you're renting, that's so easy to do. If you rent a furnished apartment, you don't accumulate stuff. Once you purchase a house or a condo, you end up accumulating things because you start putting things in it, and then you're gonna be locked in there. And I know people get, I know in Iloilo it's popular right now in Iloilo to get like a condo because that they can use it for Airbnb, and some make good money that way. But that's gonna be work too, I think. Like doing an Airbnb like that, because you always got to check on it, things like that. And most of us, when we come to the Philippines, we're retired. So managing an Airbnb, that's just that could get to become a headache. It's like just enjoy your retirement once you get here. It's like. Toyota vehicles dominate here in the Philippines. Oh, definitely, Ruben. Uh, the stock market is legalized gambling. Does your Tricycle work where you are at? Yes, my Tricycle works perfectly here. For me, it's like I have it pretty good now because uh, almost 2 years ago now, I went through cancer treatments. I went through 33 radiation treatments, 12 chemo treatments, and all of them was paid by TRICARE. I had to pay my 25% copay, but Medical City Iloilo is like about a 3.5 hour drive from here at our house, and there are TRICARE preferred facilities. So I get most of my treatment there. First week of April, I'm gonna do a monitoring MRI. I have to get an MRI every 6 months. And then my radiation, I did it at Medicus Cancer Institute in Iloilo. They're not a preferred, so I had to pay 100%, and then I had to file online to get my reimbursement, my 75% reimbursement. But paid for all my medical, all my medications when I was going to treatments. I had a lot of medications when I was going to treatments. I don't have medication now, thank goodness. It's like But during my 4 months of radiation and chemo treatments, my total medication bill was like about $100 every week. So it was like $400 a month for my medication. I didn't realize you need a lot of medication when you're going through chemo and radiation. But all of that, I got all my medication at Mercury Drug. I paid 100% for medications, and then they reimbursed me 75%. So all my treatments were done here in the Philippines, in Iloilo City, and that's why people always tell me, why didn't I go back to the United States to get treatment? I just felt like at the time, Dazel's here, Dazel's family's here. If I had flown to the United States, I know I have family and friends that would have helped me, but I didn't want to put that burden on them. It's like here, I got my family here. Dazel's my family, Dazel's family is my family. So everything worked out. It's like, so now I know, actually, I know I have no reason to ever go back to the United States. It's like if I get sick again with something else, I'll get all my treatment here in the Philippines. HD, I watched a video today from Michael. All right, that video is like where 9 expats got together, built their own community, pretty much bought a very large plot together. Oh, very nice. I think I saw it through I always get, but I haven't watched the video yet, HD, but I saw the heading. Good for retirees in Dumaguete City, but no Tricare preferred there. Yeah. It's surprising, Darren, like some of the areas, like Cebu City you mentioned last week, doesn't have a Tricare preferred facility. And somebody else had mentioned to me, Davao City doesn't have a Tricare preferred, so not many Tricare preferred. Angeles City's got one. Here in Iloilo, we got one. And in Manila, got some Tricare preferred facility. But not many all across the Philippines. A lot of certified facilities, but not preferred. I saw that too, HD. Interesting how they created their own HOA type rules. Oh, that's pretty good. I'll have to watch it now, man. You guys got me interested in that video now. I just subscribed. All right. I know. I mean, Darren, I love that intro Darren put on the video. We brought our German Shepherd from Manila to Boracay, then to New York, and then back to the Philippines. The best airline is Japan Airlines. All right. Good to know. If you got a pet, Japan Airlines. I tried to making a stromboli here, like a pizza folded in half and stuffed. Ooh, man, that sounds delicious, Darren. Darren's always making all this cool stuff. I'm friends with Darren on Facebook, and he's always making all this American food stuff that make me hungry, man. But not the same like back home. Can't find good pepperoni here anywhere. Like the kind we. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I understand that, Darren. It's like that's why I always tell people. It's like I've really never had like Tex-Mex type Mexican food here. That quality Mexican food. It's like I'll eat Army Navy in Boracay because it's all we got. It's all we got as far as Mexican food, and I'm happy when I eat that steak burrito, but. It doesn't compare to what we had in the U.S. And it is what it is. I understand, the ingredients. Cilantro is one ingredient that's hard to find here in the Philippines. Sour cream is another item. So if you like Mexican food, those are the kind of some of the ingredients that are missing, But how much did it cost? All right, man. Good luck finding it, Darren. I love pork adobo. All right, hey, Dazel makes good pork adobo. I'm usually the chef, but when it comes to pork adobo, I let Dazel make pork adobo. She's really good. Her pork adobo is really delicious. What's going on, brother? Shout out to all fellow veterans in the chat. All right, Ryan 8B. All right. Thanks. I've looked at SNR Landers specialty at Chera. Can't find it anywhere. Yeah, yeah, Darren. I've gone to our trips to SNR and it's still, I mean, there's American stuff in there, but there's a lot of stuff that we just don't get here in the Philippines. Yes to adobong kangkong. No to ampalaya. Oh, I love both. I can eat both. Yeah, ampalaya, it's an acquired taste because of the bitterness. Sounds like butter lettuce. Mix and yeah, that's what it sounds like. I'll take a picture, Kip, the next time I buy it. I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you, and then I'll also post it. But I love that lettuce. It's like, it's my favorite. I can make good salads now and then. Just add to it. Add different things that I find here. Good night, Gino. I'm like you. I go to bed early. It's 8:40 p.m. and I'm about an hour late. All right. Okay, Robert. All right, man. Appreciate the super thanks, Robert. Appreciate it, brother. All right. Take care, my brother. I rent a furnished studio so that I can be gone. Yeah, that's why the people that I help move here to Aklan, most of them furnished apartment. Most of them, because then you don't have to buy anything. Then you're not attached to once you start buying stuff, it's hard to move. You're saying the girls in your family are pizza monsters? Yeah, oh yeah, they love pizza now. Darren knows that, knows how Dazel, Leanna too, man. It's like, they love pizza. Me gusta tamales de pollo. All right, chicken tamales. I haven't had a good tamale in so long, man. It's like I used to be stationed in San Antonio, Texas, at Brooks Air Force Base. And my coworkers during the holidays, like November and December, they bring in all the homemade tamales. Man, those were delicious. I have not had a tamales like that since I left San Antonio. I'll make tamales. All right, Jumpy makes tamales. All right, Jumpy, when you come here, make us some, man. I love tamales. You'll have to show me how to make a tamales. That was a fast delete. All right. Do you take checks from USA if you need medical care? Hospital, do they take checks? Most of the hospitals here, Daniel, they take cash. I don't think they'll be taking any checks from the United States. I know everything's cash basis here. Either GCash, I'm sure they'll take GCash, credit cards, debit cards, depending on the hospital. Not all hospitals. That surprised me at one time. I went to the Medicus Cancer Institute for my radiation, and they did not take debit or credit cards. So it was strictly cash. So don't be surprised of hospitals here that only takes cash. Hey, Gino, checking in from Reno, and we'll be flying back to Iloilo tomorrow. All right, cold here, brother. All right, Scott. Hey, message me, man. Message me if you're in Iloilo City. I'm going to be headed there first week of April. All right, okay. We're almost getting to the 2-hour point anyway. That's usually when I cut these live streams. Let me see here. Cable guy hasn't contacted me on my phone, so no cable guy yet. So it could be a long day waiting for the cable guy. But Dazel and I, we can still leave because Dazel's mom is here. Cash is king here. All right, Darren. Everything's cash here. Cash basis here. I'm always surprised how many places here don't take debit cards or credit cards, especially here in Aklan, man. It's like credit cards, debit cards, they're not commonly used here in Aklan province. Mostly cash or Gcash, that electronic wallet where you can transfer the money to their Gcash account. Is it possible for U.S. Air Force veteran to still retire with full pension at 45 years old now? Oh yes, I mean I don't see why not. You know why they would um, retire with full pension. Because I retired with my full pension at 37. I joined when I was 17, did 20 years, and I got full pension at 37. Uh, I know the pension system now in the Air Force is a little different now. They're getting less now if you join the Air Force now and retire at 20 years. It's not like the package that we used to get, that I got in 2004. I know it's a lot less now. And I think that's why they're having problems recruiting, people staying in the military. But maybe they'll make the military more attractive. Maybe in the future they will increase the pension again. That way, more people would want to serve in the military. Cash or Gcash? Haha, I know, right there. You know, man, you know about cash or Gcash. Everything here now. I mean, everything now is Gcash for me. It's like I can go to the Sari Sari store, use Gcash. The 7-Eleven in town uses Gcash, and I'm sure the one that will open, will use. You don't have to carry cash anymore. You can just at the mall. They take Gcash. Because it's basically just transferring money to the store's account, their Gcash account. And usually they'll even post it like on their store, and you just scan their Gcash, send your money, and then you get the product. Some institutions are also very particular with checks, like the wording or the condition of the check. Yeah, you know what? I haven't really even seen the only time I issue a check, I still have a checking account with my bank account in the US, is when I deposit my dollar checking to my PNB bank account in Calibo. Like I'll write a check, name to me, and then they'll deposit it, and it takes them like 30 days to like clear the check, and it costs me about 200 pesos, about $3.50. They charge me for cash in it, depositing that check into my dollar account. I'm in Uptown. Oh man, Scott Leva, he said he's at Uptown. Dazel and I lived there at Uptown, man, in Iloilo, that's Esplanade. We lived there for 4 months. We moved in there. It was February 2023 to like June 2023, because I was going through cancer treatments in Iloilo City, and that's where we lived. We lived at the Uptown. So I know where you're at, Scott. Have a great weekend, everyone. All right, have a great weekend, Olsen. Have a great weekend. Cash as Philippine peso. Don't use foreign cash like USD, since they are very particular with that. Exactly. If you bring $100 bills here to the Philippines, they better be like mint condition. You can't have a staple on it. You can't have a fold on. I mean, it's crazy. You have to have mint US dollars in here to get it exchanged. Find an ATM and get your cash here, and not at the money changers at the airport. Yeah. I mean, you can get peso with your ATMs, like American ATM cards here. How do you convert your dollars to pesos? The way I convert it is I deposit my check, my bank account check in the US. I deposit it to the Philippine National Bank. I have a dollar account. That's how I move dollars here in the Philippines, because I found that it's where I don't get killed on the exchange rate. It's like when you use like Remitly, Wise, when you use those companies, they give you a lower rate, and then also some of them even charge you a fee. So Serenity, all right, hi, all right. Most ATMs will accept your bank card, so you can withdraw money. Most will only take 20K, 20K pesos. at a time. I've found Union Bank will allow you to take 40K at a time. Oh, babe, how much were we able to withdraw from your account?
Metrobank,
Metro Bank.
50K.
50K, 50K, Darren. Dazzle was able to get 50K from her ATM at Metro Bank. Uh,
Yeah.
when we bought her new iPhone, you know,
Transaction.
one transaction, one transaction, 50K pesos, and I tried to get Gcash and couldn't because I don't have a PH phone. All right. Personally, I think they should change that, but I doubt. Don't worry, Kip. When you get here, Dazzle will help you establish a Gcash account when you get here because she's done that now with Ruben, with Frederick. You know, so she knows how to do that. That's easy. That's easy when you get here, Kip. Hi. All right, Darren. Best to come here with a little of your homeland money. Best to use ATM to get your money here. Yep. When buying a property, is it usually a cash deal? Yes. Yes. Even property here, anything here is cash deal. We bought our car. We paid cash for our car. It's hard. It would be hard, like especially a foreigner, if you're buying property here, if it's not a cash deal, because it would be like us. We were able to get a loan, a mortgage for this house with Banco de Oro, but I'm a Filipino citizen. I'm dual citizen, so yeah, I would say buying property, it would be cash. It would be cash, Michael. I sometimes order foreign cash at my bank before flying out of country. You can bring US dollar, change it, but limited to build condition. You can also withdraw it at ATM. Yep. Exchanging your homeland money is tough, and they are very strict. Yeah, yeah. Good, good. I think we mentioned that too, Dan, but that's good, Darren, that you mentioned that again. But I don't have the Metro Bank account. I still cannot open an account here yet. Yeah, it's the thing, I know, Darren, what you mean. It's like here in Calibo, the only bank that would give expats here an account is RCBC. So a lot of expats here got their bank account with RCBC. All right, thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Tanya. Appreciate the super chat. Wow, amazing to me. I know, man. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I was able to retire in the military at 37, and then I was able to retire here in the Philippines at 45. I have not worked since I was 45 years old, and I'll be 59 in August. So it's been a blessing. I'm so grateful for my life and how things worked out. I heard that the banks there are big hassles. Like you can only deal with the branch. Yeah, exactly. That's correct, Louis. Even if you have like me with Banco de Oro, I have a branch. My branch is in Calibo. If it's a different branch, if I go to like let's say Iloilo or Dumaguete, it doesn't work. It's like a lot of transactions. You have to do it at your branch. Each branch of banks here, their own entity. It's not like the same in the US. If you have a Wells Fargo account, you can go to any Wells Fargo account. Just they make it difficult. They make it difficult. Banking here, they make it difficult for you. I think you can only an account here as a dual citizen or citizen. Correct. 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 Okay, one, if you do that, if you do apply for the SSRV, I know people, they have to make a deposit, and then that deposit has to be held by the bank. You can't take it out while you're on the SRRV, the retirement visa. Forget the question mark. All right, all right. I think that I got everybody here. If buying sig value item like us, you have to set up an escrow. Oh, okay, good call, HD. I don't know about the escrow. I'm not familiar with the escrow here, man. The land we bought for Dazzle, we paid cash. We paid cash for that land. All right, we reached the 2 hour point. Appreciate everyone for joining the live stream. Thank you for the super thanks. I appreciate it. We're gonna have lunch. We're gonna go to lunch in Calibo after this live stream. Western Union. All right, all right. I know a lot of people use Western. I've gotten people send Western Union to me. So good comment there, Ao John. If you buy a condo without a SRV, you can open a PNB account from abroad. Oh, all right, all right. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Tanya, again for the super thanks. Appreciate it. All right, Sheila. Sheila, have a great day, Sheila. Appreciate it. Thanks. All right, Jumpy. All right. Maraming salamat. Ingat. Ingat, Darren. Ingat.
Bye,
Maraming salamat.
guys.
There you go. That's what's saying bye. And have a great day and excellent. Oh, we will. We will. Babe, where are we going for lunch?
Easy.
Easy? What's easy?
Backyard.
Backyard? You want to eat at the backyard? All right.
Or
Dazzle's
maybe shakies.
Shaky. Oh, now she wants pizza. She wants Shaky's pizza. She wants Shaky's pizza for lunch since we were talking about pizza. So,
Oh no! Pansit at RR.
RR. Oh, you want the pancit there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you want the pancit there, we got to check with Ruben because we can't go there without Ruben. He'll be mad at us if we go there and not take Ruben. All right. Hey, G-Man. That's a lot of my friends in the military used to call me G-Man. All right.
G-Man.
G-Man.
G.
Pizza for the win. Yeah, pizza for the win, Darren. She likes Shaky's pizza. Take care, everybody. All right. Have a good weekend, everyone. It's like hope everybody has a good weekend.
Yeah.
All right, Ivan. All right, Ivan. Thank you for joining the live stream. Thanks, everyone. All right, everyone, take care. All right. Matane. See you later in Japanese. Okay, matane. All right, all right. Now I know. Now I know.